Hey everybody, it's your boy Pee Wee back with another video. Today we're talking about the Horror RPG Maker Survival Story or Horror RPG Survival Guide. This is a game-like horror comic. Basically, what it starts out with our main character here, Lee Hyon. Basically, he's a horror fanatic. He plays a bunch of horror video games. That's basically all he does. Is just play horror ARPG video games. And so as a longtime horror fan, he's obsessed with horror games, right? And he plays so many of them. Well, what happens is at the start of the first chapter, we get a glimpse of like what we're getting into. Our main character here walking through, he's in a room where no one should be. The keyboard's going all alone. The hint's in the computer, and basically, after looking at the hint, uh, he gets killed, right? It's a trap and he dies. So that's basically what happens in like horror RPGs is like you have to solve a bunch of puzzles, which including in this one, you search empty lockers, empty desks, look for these sparkling type of hints, right? And you get items that help you um navigate through the story and whatnot. So what happens is he gets brought into this game called Unreality Illusion. Depending on where you read it, there's a different translation. I don't know why, but it is what it is. But basically he gets sucked into this horror RPG game and he wakes up in the middle of this school. And basically he gets hit with like this tutorial message, escape the classroom within the time limit. He has 10 minutes or he essentially dies. Um, and it's not like he can just walk out, right? Like there's a lock on the door, so he has to figure out how to unlock it. But he searches around, he finds this recorder. And he for a second he thinks like it's like a bait item because in RPG games there are items that are useful, items that aren't. Um, you know, there's usually clues. You have to solve a puzzle. As you can see here, he finds a piece of paper with 0134 on it. Compared with the recorder, he basically did I not? I don't have it. Okay. And basically what he does is if we go to the second chapter, um, he plays 0134 on this recorder to unlock the lock on the door and complete the tutorial. However, like I said, if he failed to do it, he would die. So basically, if time runs out, it plays like an automatic scenario where the person dies, as in typical horror RPG type of thing. And he restarts from a checkpoint. The checkpoints are crucial, I will say, like in terms of like where he uses them. Because basically what he can do is he finds a journal and he finds some ink and he can record his journey in this journal, uh, which basically allows him to create like save points. As long as he writes about a location in this journal, he's able to basically like quick save, essentially like save and then be able to, when he dies, spawn back at that save instead of starting all the way back at the beginning, which is a cool premise. We get a glimpse of the second character here, because in the cover picture here you can see it's two of them, and even the captions like, will the two of them be able to clear this game together? So we get a glimpse of who that other person is going to be stuck in this RPG game with him, and how he and her are going to navigate this game in order to escape from it and survive. But it is a pretty cool concept. First, there's been a lot of horror comics coming out recently, like the Ghost Stories one, like But I Still Have to Work or whatever that one is. The one I did earlier in the week or on the weekend, where they were like transported to the other world, and like the dude uses like the AI chatbot to survive. And now we have a horror RPG maker. There's been a lot of horror ones recently, and honestly I'm for it. I haven't read a lot of horror comics in general, but recently all of them have been piquing my interest, so I must like the genre. It's just I haven't just read any before. But it seems like a pretty cool concept stuck in a horror RPG video game. I mean, I like video game comics. I like system comics. There are traits and stuff in this. Like as you see, is a status window with a name, his age, a title, a trait, and a special ability. So I'm assuming over time he's gonna unlock like titles, special abilities, and traits as he progresses through the game, as you usually do in video games. But he starts out with this like composed trait that basically, since he has consumed a lot of horror movies and games and everything, he's built up a resistance to fear. So instead of being like stun locked in place of by fear, he basically is like a brief millisecond where he's like, oh crap, and then he regains his composure again. So I mean, it seems like it'll be a pretty decent comic. I'm looking forward to it. um that's basically all I have to say. I will say it does do, at least in the first few chapters, um the horror is done pretty well. I look forward to where it'll go from here. And that's basically all I wanted to say. So if you guys liked, leave a like, leave a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.